Hey, baby dolls. I get asked every other day, hey, why don't you just raise your expectations for PulseChain, PulseX, and Hex and get everybody to like think of 1,000x, and then we'd actually get into where we want to land. It doesn't work. You see, it doesn't work at all. And the best example I can give you just happened right in front of us. You see, PulseChain launched. The corrupt SEC had no renouncement yet. Richard was not streaming. Richard was not promoting as like he did before, and the market sniffed it out. People could see, I'm not seeing all the people coming in. He starts tweeting about Pepe. He rugs the EHEX yield farm. You see these things, friends? Nothing was working. The market sniffed it out. It's smarter than you and me. It's a very effective pricing mechanism. So, you know, you might imagine you went back in time and said, hey, Richard, just tweet and just say everything's fine and doing great. Didn't matter. People sold anyway. You can't make people's expectations drop or rise just when I'm just a little peanut brain doing it. The only way for prices to rise is more people. That's it. I've already told you, Metcalfe's law. You need more people. So what's everybody expecting? Well, there's about 10 to 15,000 daily active users for PulseChain. If you want a 100x, you got to 10x that. You got to 10x that. You got to get to 100,000 to 150,000. That's what Cardanzo hit in the last cycle. So these are the numbers that you're dealing with, and the market figures it out. Remember, no one knows what Metcalfe's law is in 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15. No one knows. No one's talking about it. No one's sniffing it. Most of the people coming in have absolutely no freaking idea. But guess what? The user bases and the formulas and how it's moving, all prices, it worked for Doge. It worked for Ethereum. It worked for SHIB. Think about it. SHIB, every single person who's buying a low unit bias coin, they have no idea about anything. They know what Metcalfe's law is or the user base or looking at the number of holders. Got no idea. And it worked. SHIB had 1,000 holders, and in 12 months, it went to 1 million holders. If you square root the user base of that, of how much it did, you actually get that number of price increase. So basically, if you do 1 million divided by 1,000, you'll end up getting 1,000. How far did SHIB go? SHIB from the low to the top actually went 1,000 squared. The formula works. So literally, you increased SHIB's user base by 1,000x. Okay, well, your price increase will be the 1,000x times 1,000x. There you go. If we're SHIB of all coins, it just works. This is how people, I don't know what it is, friends. It's just a network. It's how networks are valued. It's how they seem to move. But also now you get to see why, right? Because they're exponential on the way up, once you start to bleed people, you get absolutely obliterated on the way down. That's why it's really rough. That's why I guess if somebody in the future could solve the problem of people leaving the network, well, we've probably got much smaller gains by that point because the volatility is much less. But that's what people want to probably solve in the future. Okay. Well, guess what? The US government, they've solved their problem in the stock market. They go, well, if we just make everybody DCA buy forcefully for the next 40 years before they retire, we make them commit in. So that's what they do. That's what they literally say. You are not allowed to touch your 401k retirement. You must buy. This is your superannuation. You must buy. So these pension funds, they have to do that. So they figured it out. They figured it out without even knowing how to figure it out. So my expectations, high or low, doesn't really matter, man. I could just tell you how to think about stuff. Now, I want you to know something too. There are 200,000 people holding, roughly. If you want higher numbers, you need to get up to 800,000 people. So who the hell am I, man? You literally get 600,000 people coming in for a whole new narrative, whole new belief, whole new system, whole new story. Hell, they might even come if Richard Hart returns and just starts streaming. They might just say, yeah, F this dude, doesn't know anything. So I don't really care, friends. I got to where I got just precisely because I could just see this stuff. And here's the thing, man. You can't change people. The only way for you to change people is to literally stand next to every single person and inject them with something to dampen their euphoria or give them some drugs to get out of the depression and make them think straight. You can't do that. That's why the market's just an effective pricing mechanism, you know, when it summarizes everything, but it's reflecting how people feel now. It's how they feel. All right. So there you go.